Hello, beautiful people, and thank you so much for tuning in. I am the Pink Lady, and today you are tuned into March 26th daily reading. Now, whether you are tuning in from my IGTV at the Pink Lady or my YouTube channel, I appreciate your view so much. Thank you for giving me a little bit of piece of your day. And dedicating and allowing me to share a piece of my daily mindfulness routine with you guys. And with that being said, I want to jump right into today's energy, and I want to open this reading with the affirmation for today. And it is instincts. It says, I act on my instincts and notice the signs and symbols in my life. I act on my instincts and notice the signs and symbols in my life. I act on my instincts and notice the signs and symbols in my life. You guys, let's take a look into today's energy and figure out why instincts are something that the divine is urging us to pay attention to. Now, I can say we are transitioning from Pisces season into Aries season, and that is literally the idea of instincts, using the idea of intuition to incorporate the idea of the Aries energy can be a little impulsive, but there's a beauty to impulsivity because it's about reaching out and taking and grabbing the moment of now, and mastering the moment of now, and it coming from a place of an intuitive nature, and that is truly what fire energy is about. And honestly, that is what we are being inspired by today, because for the side for our inspiration in the 3-card spread that I have created, we are mainly being inspired by the 8 of Wands. And if you guys can see, 8 of Wands is literal fire power. And every time I think of it, it always reminds me of fast energy or things occurring in the 24-hour span or in a 24-hour time span period. So I literally think that this is greatly and highly an attunement to the energy of the reading today. But I feel like since this is the card of our inspiration, we are being inspired by quick messages. I feel like we are receiving a lot of intuitive hits, whether it be personally from ourselves or from conversations that are being sparked from and throughout other people, or situations that are provoking conversations or thought or situations to happen. The 8 of Wands is very fast energy. It's very go energy. Aries loves 8 of Wands energy because it's like it's kind of like the ultimate idea of like multitasking. It's that passionate multitasking. It's a lot of things coming in at once. It's that fast energy where you feel things revving up. It's definitely that energy. And today that is something we are being inspired by. And the reason why we are being inspired by that, or the base of what we are being inspired by, to take a look at, honestly, we have the Devil, the Ace of Swords, and the Sun card as to why the 8 of Wands is here in the position for our inspiration for March 26th. And what I can say, guys, is that the Devil is such an interesting energy. And the idea of the devil, the archetype of the devil, is something that I have been talking about a lot lately in the past couple of days, just in my own personal life, with the things that I've been addressing and just the people around me and the conversations that we have on the regular. But truly, the devil exists, and he populates and controls the idea of dominion, of control, of power, of assertion. This card in general speaks to Capricorn energy. That's what this card is ruled by. So it speaks to the ultimate go energy, the ultimate mastery of manipulation or influence over others, and that is what the Devil card in essence can represent. But in this case, since we are being inspired by quick messages, revelations, or of the sort pertaining to the Devil energy, with the Ace of Swords being here, I really feel like if you can see this card, and this is from the Vice Versa Tarot, this is the front, this is the back, this is the front, this is the back, and this is the front, this is the back. And with the Ace of Swords, I feel like this person is walking away. It's like they're walking away from these mountains. They're walking away from this cold, bit like dark place. They're walking away seemingly from this cave, maybe where the devil is. And if you guys can see, the devil looks like he has like a little smirk on his face as if he's waving goodbye to someone who has freed themselves with their new purpose, passion, or idea or thought. And that is literally what the Ace of Swords represents. It represents a new thought, a new perspective, a new beginning on the way that we think or see or perceive life or what's going on, because swords represent thoughts, reality, communication of the swords, a new way of speaking. And I feel like what we are walking towards, or what this newness is being inspired by, is the idea or the understanding that we have all the capabilities to succeed, and we are being supported by the sun, by the light within us. This honestly reminds me a lot of shadow work too, because it's kind of like the devil doesn't really have any dominion over you, which is why he's such a good trickster, because he willingly influences you to give your own power over to him. And that is truly how he has power and control over people. And when it comes to understanding and cutting cords, because that's also what this reminds me of, today we are being inspired by messages or an understanding that there is a need to maybe assess the way that we allow devilish energy to exist just in our life, period. In whichever way, shape, or form you feel like something holds power over you, I think we are taking a look at ways to kind of cut that cord. Because if you look at the two people that are trapped here, it's like they're chained together and held in on this concrete. And I see this sword as being able to find a way to free yourself and move towards something that is a lot more bright. But let's take a look at today's driving force so we can start to piece things together, because the driving force today overall is the Hanged Man. The driving force of today is the Pisces energy. And as we are coming from Pisces energy and approaching Aries energy, which looks like it's beautifully depicted in these cards right here, I can see that today we are being inspired by maybe what we learned in Pisces season, because that is what this card is represented by. And I can also say the reason why I feel that is because the cards clarifying this are the Page of Cups. This is the front, this is the back. The Three of Cups. Front. This is the back. And the Strength card. This is the front. See, the Devil card. The devil. He is a prevalent figure in this story today. But what I find interesting is the Hangman card always represents understanding or coming to terms with something in a new way, in a new form, from a new perspective. And that is all about what Pisces energy is. Pisces energy wants to have their cake and eat it too. And the reason why they feel that way is because they always see the situation from both sides. So they don't understand why they can't satiate both needs. And the Hangman requires you, or not requires you, but the Hangman is allowing you to experience the world from a complete 180, or experience a situation, a person, a thing from a complete 180. And I also feel like Pisces season has really allowed us, even the world, to experience life in a completely different way. And I feel like Pisces season has maybe shown us, or has shown you, places in your life where you needed a change of perspective, or maybe other people around you were forced to see things from a different perspective. And the reason why I say that is because these cards are clarifying why the Hangman is here. And we have the Page of Cups, the Three of Cups, and the Strength card. And when I think about this, is I just think about that that young, pure need, or I don't want to say need, but that young, pure quest for love and understanding that human beings is something that we all have. It reminds me of very yesterday was very kid energy. Excuse me, guys. And it's not that I see that childlike nature in this, but I see us being inspired by like us celebrating our own inner strength, or us celebrating the ways in which we have defeated the devil or confronted the devil, or faced up to our demons before. It's kind of like that very young nature of kind of understanding that the devil, if he is sent to destroy something, he cannot destroy something that refuses to be destroyed. And actually, I want to read to you guys a portion of what the book says about this card in particular, because I found it to be very interesting. It says, face your shadow self, your ideas about power, and your reluctance to claim it. Release old chains of bondage to anyone who had power over you in the past. Cut that cord, you feel me? You don't have to repeat the pattern. Abuse does not always foster more abuse. Abuse does not always foster more abuse. I had to repeat that for myself, y'all. Whew. Confront your demons. And so, like I said, I feel like our driving force, what we're being driven by today, is just ourselves, and maybe the ways in which we need to celebrate, have celebrated our personal triumphs, and maybe the things that we have succeeded over, because there's a lot going on in the world. And I feel like Pisces season revealed to us maybe some weak points and the link of the chain. But I also feel like Pisces season has revealed to us or has shown us ways in which we still and always will like prevail or power through or continue to understand, continue to love, continue to find ways to rejoice and celebrate. It honestly reminds me of a conversation I was having with Taya about how in the midst of it all, like in the midst of all this chaos, in the midst of everything that's going on in the world, it really is the little things like memes. It's like the little shit that I never thought that would still be so relevant or so prevalent or so a part of like everyday life or so part of life that exists even in the midst of turmoil. Niggas are still finding a way to like laugh and like make light of the situation, and regardless of how much you respect that idea. I think it's important to understand that like you deserve to celebrate you being strong. And I feel like in the face of and when addressing devilish energy or when addressing addictive or destructive behavior, you have to address it now. It requires this Eight of Wands energy. It requires that quick energy. It requires that fast energy, because the longer you allow the devil to continue to intimidate you or take your energy away from you, the more power you continue to give him. And I feel like in this card, as you can see, literally the woman and her lion, the empress and her lion, she literally didn't even get up. She's absolutely unfazed by the presence of the devil, because regardless of the sun being dimmer, regardless of it being a little bit darker, regardless of even the presence of the devil like in her face, she is unshaken because she understands her power. You see that? It is infinite. Therefore, nothing, not even what the fucking devil, someone who really doesn't even have no power. Anyways, let's take a look at the lesson of the day. Bridget, don't back down. Stand up for what you believe is right. See, this reminds me of what I was saying when it comes to addressing devilish energy, because you really, can you guys see it? There we go. You really have to address it in a way. There we go, Bridget. Let me get you in your light, baby. There we go, Bridget Bridge. Hold on. I got you. There we go. I had to make sure y'all see her as I see her as much as I can. You feel me? So don't back down. Stand up for what you believe is right. So I feel like that's what I was talking about when it comes to addressing any sort of devilish energy in your life, any sort of addictive or destructive people, places, patterns, or things in your life that you may be trying to address, especially in this time period. You have to address it with a sort of passion that is very brave and that is very like, I want to say forceful, but like don't back down. Like if you feel the need to communicate, if you feel the need to talk, because the Ace of Swords is here, and I see a lot of blue energy just on the board in general. This card is blue. The lesson of the day is blue. We have the Ace of Swords, and all of these cards over here have very blue colors to them, and I definitely can say blue is the color of the throat chakra. So I feel like communication might definitely be a big message. And when it comes to speaking your mind, speaking your truth, communicating anything to yourself or to other people, or anything of the sort, or any just new perspectives, anything that you feel like you have been believing or anything that you want to enforce in your life, do not back down, do not be afraid, do not cower in the face of anything that you might be afraid of, because fear requires you to give it power. And the longer that you continue to feed into it, the less time or the less energy or the more energy you're taking away from you actually being able to do the thing that you're so afraid of. So don't back down and stand up for what you believe in, because you need to be bold and make the first move according to my Moonology cards. In Cardinal Moon, it says, look, new moon in Gemini, communication is key. New moon in Gemini, communication is key. Be bold and make the first move. Communication is key. So if there are any important conversations that you, and it is a new moon in Aries and it's cardinal moon. So boom, be bold, make the first move. Not only is this being pushed today, but I feel like this energy, whenever you find this video, could be applicable, whether you find it on March 26th or not, because this is a general reading, so please take what resonates and leave the rest. Okay, boop, gotta say that. But also, I feel like if you are seeing this, it is a time to make brave choices and to speak your mind, speak your piece on a situation, and understand that the best way, the most effective way for allowing whatever situation that you're in that may be causing any disease or anxiety, or may be have a negative influence on you, the only way to rectify it is to understand that you have to be the one to do it. And the first way, especially in this reality, the most assertive way to do it is to speak power and life over into it, because what we say, what we choose to populate our mind, our thoughts, and what we literally choose to use our breath and our body to speak into the world is so powerful. So today, you guys, I feel like the divine is urging us to be conscious of that and make bold choices, because you don't have to back down, especially if it comes to speaking your piece or speaking your truth or asserting your dominance over something that is trying to fucking rule over you. Understand that this inner strength comes and carries and walks with you wherever the fuck you go. Do not allow anything, anyone, any person, any place to shake or intimidate you, not because you missed a big fucking boots. But because you understand who you are, and you understand that it's not just you walking in the building, it's you and everything that loves you. And that's a lot of energy, you feel me? And that energy cannot be denied or destroyed, you feel me? Okay, so boom. Whew. So the main lesson of the day is hack the breath. One reason the breath plays such a central role in meditation is that it is always available. So you do not need any special, so you don't need any special conditions to use it. Perhaps English. One reason the breath plays such a central role in meditation is that it is always available, so you don't need any special conditions to use it. Perhaps just as important is that it can be a mirror for how you're feeling. If you are stressed or tense, your breath reflects that by becoming short. If you're relaxed, your breath is longer. Take advantage of that mirror relationship by intentionally making your breath long and slow, even if you're not feeling particularly relaxed, and see what happens. So today, you guys, like I was saying earlier, just really, it's crazy how I was talking about, it says that one reason the breath plays such a central role in meditation is that it is always available. So something that no one can take away from you is your capacity to control your breath and what's going on in your body. So I feel like hack your breath is also speaking to the little things. When it comes to not backing down, anything that you feel like you have to say, speak, communicate, translate, or anything that you may be wanting to get off your chest this March 26th or any day that you are seeing this, I feel like we have to trust our instincts, because we act on our instincts and notice the signs and symbols in our lives. And not only if this reading needs to speak to the signs and symbols of your lives, I know that everything that got you to this reading is resonating to the things that I'm saying right now. So understand that you have the capacity to tap into peace, stillness, prosperity, this braveness that you need, this love that you need to protect you, to give you the inertia necessary to assert yourself in whatever this Ace of Swords opportunity is, for a new perspective, a new thought, and a new change towards the Sun card. and the sun is bright, and it's always enjoyable. And I can't wait for freaking summer. So whatever case this applies to you, please take it as it resonates. But whatever and however it resonates, don't back down. I love you guys so much. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. If you would like to contact me for any personal readings, feel free to DM me on my Instagram at thepynklady, or email me at thepynkladytarot@gmail.com. That is thepynkladytarot@gmail.com. I love you guys so much. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.